lot of people come here with dreams, and these dreams get killed by their home. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. This is Consistence. Welcome to Consistence Place channel. This morning, guys, we have another topic for discussion. We have another topic for discussion. I have one thumbs up. Thumbs up the host, please, when you come in. Welcome to the discussion today. African registered nurses wahala in the USA. I have brought this topic so that we can chat together. African registered nurse wahala in the USA. Welcome, welcome. If you are in the building, say something so that we know you are here. Queen Mambo, thumbs up the host. Welcome, my dear. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming. This morning, we are going to be chatting about the topic African registered nurse wahala in the US. Thank you so much, my dear. I appreciate you coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Okay, guys, let me see if I can share out myself for a minute so that other people can join us. Let me see this. Let me see. Hello, hello, hello. Let me share myself out to see if other people will join us. Welcome. I have three amazing people in the building. 2 thumbs up. Join the chat. Join the chat. Join the chat. Today we are talking about African registered nurse wahala in the USA. RN wahala in the USA, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Say something so I know you are in the building. Say something so we know you are in the building. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the building. Say something so we know you are in the building, guys. Today we are going to be talking about registered nurse wahala, African registered nurse wahala in the USA. Say something so we know you're in the building. I have 2 amazing people. I'm trying to share out myself, guys. That's why you see my head down. Trying to share this out. So I had scheduled another live, but because I do not manipulate this technology thing so well, I had to people were ready in the other one, but I don't know how to continue from the scheduled one. So I just had to start another one afresh. So that's why this might be brand new. This might be a brand new live. So let me share myself out. African registered nurse wahala in the USA. Hey, Abi the Sugar. Abi the Sugar. Welcome, my sister. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. Welcome, Abi the Sugar. Welcome, welcome. How have you been, my dear? How have you been? You have been so silent these days. Each time I see you, you're always silent. And I miss that sugar, Abby the sugar. How are you, my dear? How are things going? How are you, Abby the sugar? How are things going, my dear? I appreciate you coming this morning. Today we have the topic African registered nurse wahala in the United States. I'm fine, sis. It's not easy. I'm telling you, my dear sister, it's not easy. It's not easy, but let's keep pushing, okay? I'm good and you, I'm fine. I'm blessed. Today is a new day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. I take one day at a time. I'm so thankful for each new day that I see, and I'm so glad about that. And that's how I go, because if I think about it as a whole, it's going to be very difficult. So I take one day at a time, my dear sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming. Okay, I really appreciate you coming. I'm trying to share myself up. Please, you can share me out our what's going on about the nurses. Let's hear. Oh yeah, African registered nurse wahala in the USA, my dear sister. I was in Maryland last week and I heard some men speaking something and I felt so bad. With African nurse registered nurses in the USA, their pay, their schedule, their family dynamics, their attitude, their personality, their spiritual life. That's what I want us to chat about today. You know, when we Africans we come to the US, it's either we are called nurses or we go to nursing by default. You know what I mean? So we end up in nursing most of the time by default. When I say by default, I simply mean that intentionally, nursing wasn't our passion, but because we came to the US, we heard that there is a lot of money in nursing. So we defaulted to nursing to make this big money. And when we default to nursing to make this big money, that big money gets into our heads and make us crazy. So I heard this man crying, saying what African registered nurses have done to them, and it really got into my heart, into my mind. It called my attention, and I wanted to bring it here so that we can chat it together. African registered nurses wahala. And I disclaim that this is a general issue. It's not general, but it looks like it's a problem that should not be undermined in our society. Okay. It is affecting a lot of people. I might not have the exact statistics because I've not carried out any research on this domain, but it looks like a lot of people are affected. So share the stream, guys, so that other people will join us and we'll keep this going. Share me out if you can, please. I will appreciate it. If you can share me out, I will appreciate it. Let me see. Share me out, please. So when you see that most of the time, what is the pay? I mean, Africans have in mind that registered nurses make a lot of money, a whole lot of money. Okay, and they have having this in mind that they make a whole lot of money. A lot of women go into this profession with some preconception in their minds, and some are going in there because of the pay, and that pay is acting as, I don't know, a I don't know how to say it. That the idea about the pay and the money that is in nursing is something that we have to question. You know what I mean? So when I was still back home, I used to see many mothers, many parents. They were always telling me that my child is a medical doctor in the United States. My child is a medical doctor in the United States. Medical. I thought there were a lot of medical doctors here. But when I came to the United States, until today, with my many years of being here, the doctors that I know that are Africans are the ones that have graduated that I'm here. The ones that were here that I was always being told of. You meet a mom in the street, she says the child is the medical doctor here. I have not seen them yet. I have not met them yet. I'm still to meet them. So I realized that but there are a lot of registered nurses. You see people who were home, they were engineers, they come to the United States, they are registered nurses. You see people who were home, they were university professors, they come to the United States, they are registered nurses. You see people who were teachers back home, they come to the United States, they default to registered nurses because there is this conception that there is a lot of money in nurses. Let's discuss the money in nursing. Is there really money in nursing? Hey, hey, Glory Family Love, welcome, my dear. Welcome, this wonderful lady in this building. I'm so happy to see you here. Can I spend 20 minutes? Oh, yeah, you can absolutely. It's a busy weekend. I know, my dear. I appreciate you coming here, okay? I really, really appreciate you, Glory Family Love. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. So, today we are talking about African registered nurses wahala in the United States. Glory, family, love. That is our topic for today. So, there's a lot of there's an idea coming. That I mean, people have an idea that registered nurses make a lot of money in the United States. Registered nurses make a lot of money in the United States, and when is there really a lot of money in nursing? That's something I want us to discuss. And the idea it puts into the heads of nurses is just sometimes devastating to their family dynamics, to their attitude, to their personality, to their spiritual lives, to their marriage. Okay. Hey, Maureen Ebony, hello, host. Welcome, Maureen Ebony. Thank you, my dear sister. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Welcome to the live stream, okay? I'm so happy to see you here. Young Chanceline. Yay, my sister is here. Welcome, my dear. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to thumbs up the host, okay? So, Glory Family Love say you are always a vibe. I love your energy. Oh my God. Thank you, my dear. I just woke up. Thank you so much. They spend money and pay tax too. Oh, yeah. But is there really money in registered nursing? Is there really money the way they say there is money? Let me tell you guys something. Registered nursing is a good pay, of course, but the kind of money they ascribe to this profession, you can only get that crazy money if you do not stay in your home, if you do not sleep in the house. You can go crazy working 3 jobs, okay? 3 full-time jobs to make that crazy money. You buy a big house and you equip the big house and the dining table. When you go, you do this. Now that's the day, ma. Because there's nobody to sit around that dining table with a family and have a decent meal. The big house is there and a good bed. But she know the sleep for that bed too. 3 jobs. She works morning shift in this job, PM shift in the other job, and night shift in another job. Yeah. Someone even told me that they call registered nurses ATM because they work 3 jobs. So you are running money for 3 households, my Abi. You drive in a big car. You go crazy. So I heard these men talking of what registered nurses have done to them. Okay. Igbo, I have a Nigerian friend one day who told me that the Igbo people slaughter. We have heard stories that someone went to Nigeria, got a village girl, brought her to the US. She had these nurturing qualities, and the husband said, "Since I'm a taxi man, I will send you to nursing school. I mean, nurses make decent money so that at least when you graduate, we can support ourselves better." When the registered nurse graduated, it's time for her to talk down on the husband, and the Nigerian man slaughter. Kill her, kill himself. They both lost. And I've had to attend a funeral service here in our city here about Niger man slaughtering Cameroonian girl. Hmm. Cap affair money. Let me see what's going on in the chat. A man killed his wife. I saw the video yesterday. You see, a lot of those things are happening in our society. And when you look at most of the cases, there is a registered nurse story going inside. Okay? Do you mean 3 shifts? No, they work 3 jobs. I be the sugar. 3 jobs. They day they are off, they are working 12 hours in another one. Okay? A man, yeah, the day they are off, they are working 12 hours in another man. A lot of people believe working as a nurse make one irresponsible, but it depends on individual. I said that it's not a generalized case. And I said at the beginning that this is not a generalized case, and I do not have the exact statistics because I've not carried out that research myself. I'm just speaking from what I've heard people in our community talking. And it's not a problem to undermine, because even if it is 1%, right? People are dying. Glory family just told us that a man killed his wife yesterday. And when you look into that story, most of the time, there's a registered nurse his story going inside. Okay? Registered nurses, when they start making this big money, it's time. What is their attitude? What is their schedule? What is their family dynamics? How is their marriage? How is their marriage going? You are a registered nurse. You think that you have to work 3 jobs so that you can keep multiplying the money. You are a registered nurse. Your schedule is crazy. Your children do not see you at home. You schedule here, you are in agency, you work in a hospital, you work in a nursing home, you work in an agency, and you are working there in those 3 places every week. Hello, BB, welcome to the building, my dear sister. Welcome, my dear. I appreciate you coming here. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, welcome, my dear. Thumbs up the host. Today we are talking about African registered nurse wahala in the United States of America. African nurses wahala, their pay, their schedule, their family dynamics, their attitude, their marriage, their spiritual lives. Okay. Abby says if it is 3 jobs, that's too much. If I'm a registered nurse and I don't need another job, I think. Okay, yeah, you think, right? Some people work jobs that are even lower than registered nurse job, but they make it. What? Tina, it's so, oh my God, my dear sister. I love you, love you, love you, okay? Sorry, it is not discrimination. It is it is racing mind and racing talking. My dear sister, I cannot unnotice you. Thank you so much, my dear sister. Tina, shout out to Tina. Welcome to the building, my dear. I appreciate you being here. I can never take you for granted. And I really appreciate you re-insisting. You might have set something up when many people came and I didn't notice you, my dear. Tina, I do that too. When I go to a live stream and they don't call my name, I say something. Thank you. I like that. Thumbs up to you, Tina. Thumbs up to you, Tina. Thank you so much. Amy Tonya is in the building, my sister. Welcome so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amy Tonya say hello, ho. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone. Thank you so much, Sister Amy Tonya, for coming. I appreciate you here. Thank you so much, my dear sister. You are so welcome. Okay, today we are talking about African registered nurses wahala in the United States. They call them RNs, okay? Their wahala, their pay, their family dynamics, their marriage, their attitude, their personality, their spiritual life. I am listening, host, but it's too sad. Yeah, it's too sad, my dear. A lot of households in the United States that are African, a great percentage of them, at least either one spouse or both of them, are registered nurses. Okay, so this is an opportunity for us, not a disadvantage. We should use it as a blessing, not a disadvantage. If there is a lot of money in nursing, it should be for our advantage. It should be for our building. Okay? It should be for our building. It should be for this our prosperity. It should not be something that manslaughter has to step in. Hey, Bibi says we need money as well. Yes, Bibi, as well as we need money. That is how, as well as we need money for our well-being. We need money for more resources to enhance our lives, right? We don't need money to kill each other. And if I'm talking to them, I'm talking like mostly to the women. Lately, here in America, a man killed the wife in Ohio, shot the wife. They had ex-wife. They had divorced. I heard the story. They said the man was unhappy. Just this kind of things, my dear. I heard another man told us his story that he married the wife from Africa, brought her here, sent her to the nursing school. The wife went to nursing school. When she graduated, she started making this big money. Behold, the wife started this attitude in the house that was just so unbearable. And she went ahead to file for divorce. Now the man was begging the wife that, well, just leave this house with me. It's house that we have bought. Leave. The woman said they will sell the house and share the money. And when they sold the house, since it was a short sale, they sold the house below the price that they had invested in the house. And there was nothing for two of them to share. And I'm like, what wickedness? How will you even not just leave the man with the house than selling the house below price so that none of you has anything from the house? Then the man became homeless. The man became homeless and was living in the street. The man became homeless and was living in the street. The woman did not care. She went on with her registered nurse profession, and the man was there homeless. Behold, we should not tarnish the name of this profession, okay? It's a noble profession, but the attitude that we carry home from this profession, the money. You see, that money is a blessing. Let me read. I'm thinking about woman. We are the ones that build our home because the Bible says that a wise woman builds her home, and a foolish one destroys it with her own hands. Now, some husbands in the US don't want their wife to go nursing because they will misbehave. Yes, Abi the sugar. Tell me about it. Why would they not be scared? I have even seen some husband when they bring their wife now, Abi, they say, they tell you, sweetheart, I'm going to give you everything you want. Just sit here, I'll buy you a car. I'll just give you, just so that the wife should not go and join that registered nurse team or that registered nurse crew. They are scared. They are insecure. Should men feel insecure because their wives are registered nurses? Do men really have to feel insecure because their wives are registered nurses? Or wives, because you are a registered nurse, you cannot listen to the man anymore. The man cannot talk to you anymore. And then there are these words that they use. I am the you keep reminding the man, I make more money than you do. Oh, behold, my sisters. That's something you should never, never, never say to a man, I make more money than you. That's a very good recipe for a disaster in your home. That's a very good recipe for a breakup. Very good recipe for a breakup. Yes, she made the man homeless. She made the man homeless. And she was happy and she was fine about it. She doesn't care. And when you see them, they're like, whoo, I feel good now. I don't need anything from the man. I'm fine. I can take care of myself. I do not mean that all these men, that some men that are abusive. I'm not talking about these cases. There are really some cases that are bad, but there are some cases, my dear sister, wahande inside. Wahande inside. Check and find. Your mouth, Abi. When you can't think the commot for that mouth. Wahande inside. You tell the man, I pay the bills in this house. Do they really need to be reminded of who pays the bills in the house? Especially when both of you decided that you should default this for the family welfare. The kids will never see their mom. She is not going to end well. Don't worry about it, my dear. Usually, Usually, it's karma, right? It comes back to them. They're digging their own grave. They don't even know that they're doing it. Okay? The kids will never, because the kids are small, they do that. The kids are small and they do that. And when the kids grow up, they know about it. They will definitely know about it. They will definitely trust me. When you do that and your kids, you have damaged your kids without knowing. They will come back to you one day if they're in their good mind, because they will come back to you one day. Just imagine if my mom had done that to my father. Now I'm big, I know stuff. I'll be like, my mom did this. I will know, right? Those kids will grow. The young shall grow. If you care, blackmail their dad to them like what? He's irresponsible, he's not working. And I'm not talking about those men who want to hang around the house all day doing nothing, just hanging out for you to work, and they are just there lazy. I'm not talking about lazy men. There are some men who are struggling. Your man is maybe a taxi man and he's going out there to bring something into the house. Do not despise his income because you are a registered nurse. Do not despise his income. Maybe your husband, you two have agreed. Your husband has said that you have more nurturing qualities than him. You can handle it. Not everybody can handle nursing. Okay, if you are a nurse, you agree with me that there's a lot of challenges working in the nursing field. It's not just one thing. It's not like they just say that they give you a nursing badge and then you just walk into a building and you start harvesting money. No, there's a lot of challenging. You have to work to keep that license. You have to work hard. You have to be under stress throughout your shift to make that money. So not everybody can handle that stress. And if you and your husband decide that you are the one that has more tolerance to do the job and that you can do it for the family, my dear, do not despise him. Do not despise his income. He can even be working in a magazine. He can even be working in a storehouse, carrying cartons. He can even be carrying cartons. He can be a taxi man. He can be even a truck driver. He can be, an associate, a salesman. He can even be pushing carts in the Walmart. My dear, it is not time for you to disrespect that man. Hello, Coops Dan is in the building. Welcome, my sister. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much, my sister. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was busy still waiting on the other live stream. See my life. Oh my God. Comes then. My dear, you need to hold my hand and walk through this. I apologize. I really apologize. You need to hold my hand and walk me through this technology, Abby. Eh? I schedule live stream. I need that big madam don't schedule live stream. I don't come to live stream now. Continue live stream, Abi. I cannot. I keep hitting there. That's why I just started this one late. I kept hitting live stream. I said live stream is not going live. What will I do? It's scheduled there. It's past 8 and it's still saying schedule. What? How do I do it? So I just said, you know what? I'll just close that chapter. That one will be waiting there. I'm sorry, girl, if you are waiting. What I had to do, I had to write that and move to the next slide. So I didn't do that. Next time, if I do that again, I'll go say something there and move people to this other one. Thank you so much for coming, Cups there. And I love to have you here all the time. Thank you, my dear. Glory Family Love, BB Physio Food, Abby the Sugar, and everyone in the building. Cups then is giving you a shout out. I wish I could shout like Cups then. Tina Isoa. Hello, sis. Tina, Cups then is giving you a special shout out, my dear sister. Thank you so much for coming and warming up the building. Cups then. This morning we are talking about African registered nurses wahala in the United States. Okay? African, what are you laughing, my sister? Don't laugh, oh. African registered nurse wahala in the United States. Their pay, their personality, their family dynamics, their attitude, their marriage, their spiritual life. That's what we are talking about this morning. Okay. That's what we are talking about this morning. So we are seeing how coming abroad is an opportunity for greener pasture for most African, like most African will go abroad. But when we come here, a lot of people go to nursing as a default. Some go as a passion, as their dream. But however, whatever the case, you've decided to pursue nursing, it is not an opportunity for you to change your attitude, to be arrogant. It's not an opportunity for you to be proud, to live a life of pride, to destroy your home, destroy your family because you think you're making more money. This more money thing is in the mind. If you want to get that crazy money, when you start working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, you realize that you have no time for your husband. You have no time for your husband. You have no time for your kids. And an idle man, if another woman spot that your man is so idle, you are never home, they will come around. Okay, that's risky to do that, to work that too much, too much, too much. You are never at home. You never cook. You are never at home. All you do is work, 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 work. When your husband wants to talk, you say, I pay the bills. When your husband wants to say, you say, I make more money than you. When your husband wants to talk, you say, I can take care of myself. I don't need you. You never do anything around here. You use those devastating words because you feel that you are empowered. Women, our empowerment is not against man. Our empowerment is for our husbands, okay? Our empowerment should not destroy our homes. Our empowerment should build a home. When you feel empowered, what is your attitude? When you feel that you are empowered by money, what is your attitude by nursing? What is your attitude at home? That's when you define a successful woman. It's a woman who can adequately manage her successful profession and her home without the two clashing together. Abi the Sugar said the only glory farm on Whitey. Yes, the only glory farm on Whitey. Yeah, you are right, Itabi. Thank you, guys. Let's keep going. I wanted to read the Proverbs. The Proverbs. Let's read this Proverb 38, 31 woman, guys. Let's read this Proverb 31 woman and see something. That if they, I think if we were half of that Proverb 31 woman, there will be no home today in the Proverb 31 from verse 10. Let's read it together. I want to read it real loud. Let me sip some coffee. Sorry, it's tea, not coffee. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband thus safely trust her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. You listening to that? Listen to this. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She will do good and not evil. That means that the heart of her husband safely trusts her. The price of a virtuous woman is far above rubies. Do you know that sometimes we women we think that, hey, Sister Michelle, welcome to the building. Welcome, my sister. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. The topic today is African registered nurse wahala in the USA, in the United States. We are talking about African registered nurse wahala in the United States. The African registered nurses, their pay, their attitude, their personality, their marriage, their relationship dynamics, their spiritual life. And we have been talking about how their pay affects their attitude and they become so arrogant to their husband. Meanwhile, women should be empowered to build and not empowered to destroy. If you are empowered to destroy, you have a negative empowerment. Okay, and then we're reading Proverbs 31 from verse 10. We're getting the qualities of this woman. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. Yeah, you are an arrow and working willingly with your hands. She is like the merchant ship. She bringeth her food from afar. My dear, you go to work and bring that pay from afar. That's you. She riseth also while it is yet night, and give meat to her household and a portion to her maiden. Despite the fact that she goes far to bring the paycheck, she riseth early, giveth food to her household and even to her maidens. She considereth a field and buyeth it with the fruit of her hand, and she planted a vineyard. She pays the bill, she buys a house, she buys a car, she buys stuff, she buys land, right? That's how empowered she is. Let's keep saying. Right, let's keep reading. And all this, her husband is so happy to have found her, right? She girded her loin with strength. It's not easy. That's why she needs to get her loin with strength. Registered nurses, gird your loins with strength. Tie strength for your waist, for your mbunja. Tie strength. I used to see our parents when they had to do hard work, they take off their scarf and then they tie it in their waist to get it with strength. She girded her loin with strength and strengthened her arms. She perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. Where are the night shifters? Her candle goeth not out by night. She walks even at night. I wonder whether this virtuous woman was a nurse. Right, guys? Okay. She lay her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold one, and her hands hold this staff. She stretched out her hands to the poor. Yeah, she stretched forth her hands to the needy. That's what we do, right? We help out, we help here, we help there, we help here, which is good. She is not afraid of the snow for the household or for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. That's true. Her household is like this. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he's seated among the elders of the land. Girls, let me see what comes then say. The host, why is the message directed to registered nurses? You are not assuming that they are all the same. That's what I said. I had said it in the beginning, host. In the beginning, comes then. I said in the beginning that if you were here from the beginning, I'm sorry, you just came in. This is a portion. I'm not saying this is to all the registered nurses. This is something that is happening in our community. And I said that I do not know the statistics of what percentage of people are affected by this because I have not carried out a research on this. But however, I do not mind, even if it's 1% of the population that is suffering this effect, it has to be, it's not, we do not have to undermine it because a lot of people have been slaughtered. Glory Family Love told us that she watched a video yesterday. One man killed the wife. I have attended a burial. I didn't even know them, but for the fact that it was a Nigerian that killed an African, I attended the funeral. The man killed the woman. Lately in Ohio, here, man killed woman. And so many, I had a colleague who told me that a man brought a woman from Nigeria. The woman was a poor girl there. She brought him, the man was taxi man in the United States. The woman came. The man told him that, okay, you have good nurturing qualities. Why not go and do registered nursing so that we can support ourselves better? Send the girl to school. Supported the girl throughout the school. Yes, that's how they do, Glory Family. When they kill you, they kill themselves. They know that if they remain, they'll pay. In America, for sure, you go. Cannot. So when they kill you, they kill themselves. We're not lost too. So now, send the girl to school. When the girl came out, it was time for the girl to be arrogant, right? Telling him how he's good for nothing, telling him how she pays the bills, telling him how she makes more money, telling him how she is the one she can take care of herself, telling him how it's not because he took her from Nigeria, she is empowered now, empowered to destroy. The man did what? Fish and killed himself. They both died. I mean, this is bad. Even one death. This topic needs to be addressed. Even if it is one death, nobody should be dying of this. When we were back home, we didn't hear about this kind of things. People were killing stuff for different stories. Not because the woman is working. We don't hear that. But because woman is working, registered nurse. I went to somewhere, men were talking, and they were victims there. That's why I felt so bad when the victim was giving his story. That the wife decided to sell the house, and they are the first one to file divorce. When they sell the house, they make you miserable. And then guess what? They give them the kids because they have more financial power to take care of the kids. And then you still pay them. And they don't care. They just ruin your life like that. They ruin their home, ruin the man, and they think they are fine. And I'm not saying it to all cases. There are some cases that the men are just lazy. The men are not helping the women. I'm not talking about those cases. I'm talking that there are some real cases, my dear sisters, that if we the sisters, we listen to what we say, we realize that we have a problem. We have our hand destroying that home. It's not a general issue. There are some great registered nurses out there. There's some great registered nurses couple out there. We even have registered nurse couple with dad being stay home, and they are fine. They are great people out there, and I clap for them. I applaud them. Shout out to them. But if that one couple, that one home, that wants to destroy, that is working on the next murder, that's who I'm talking about. We do not want this in our community. We can stop this. We can help it. It's the way we talk. When you get empowered, is it empowered to destroy your own man? Is it empowered to destroy your own home? Empowered to destroy your own children? Hey, Andy what? Andy what? Andy what? My dear sister, welcome so much. Welcome. Hello, host. This is my other account. Thank you so much, Andy what? Thank you so much, my dear sister. Thank you. Did you see me? Did you see me on your playlist? I was there, okay? I was on your playlist, Andy what? I was on your playlist. I hope you know what I mean. Andy what say? Comes then, hello sis, welcome everyone. Thumbs up the host. Thank you, my dear sister. If you have not yet thumbs up the host, please give me a thumbs up. Okay. So we're reading from Proverbs 31. They were saying that the husband of a virtuous woman, is known in the gates when he's seated among the elder of the land. I mean, sisters. Yeah, Sister Michelle said that we have to pray for our RN sisters. It's like a curse. Yep, that's somebody saying it. It's like a curse. RN. When they say RN, sometimes I just start feeling guilty. That what are they gonna say next? Sometimes they just say RN because like when they say RN, oh, you need to see some of those sisters, my dear, the way they carry themselves. Abi, need to see some of those sisters, the way they carry themselves. They're like, they don't breathe the same. Oh, they're RNs. I'm RN. And then when you sit somewhere with some of them, I'm a witness. They cannot say two words without telling you that they make more than their husband. My husband doesn't make that much. We don't need to hear that. I'm not interested. I pay the bills. My husband doesn't make that much. You know, I'm the sole breadwinner. Who asked you? We are not interested in that. My husband is just this. No. The Bible is telling us that the husband of a virtuous woman is known in the gates when he's seated among the elders of the land. You have to build your men in the gates, which means that when people are gathered in the squares, you are the one to empower that, to give empowerment to that man. You are the one to make him strong. Men in the USA always avoid their women to go for nursing. They said they will misbehave, but not all. But 80% of them here do misbehave, especially Africans. I was saying that I don't even have statistics. This is another person confirming, saying that has statistics. 80% misbehave. Now men do not want to send their women to nursing school. How would they disgrace so? Why do we disgrace ourselves like that? Why? Hey, Lux Mom TV, welcome to you, my dear. Welcome, Lux Mom TV. I am so happy to have you here today, my dear sister. Welcome to the chat. Today, our topic is African registered nurses wahala in the United States. Is registered nursing a curse or a blessing? Registered nurses, do we build or we destroy? When we get empowered, what do we do? Do we build or we destroy? We are talking about this topic, Lux Mom, because a lot of African registered nurses, Abi the Sugar said 80%. I don't even care if it is 1%. I'm talking to the 1%. If it is only one and it's 80%, that's who I'm talking to. Those who tear down their home, those who tear down their men because they think they make more money. Okay? Maybe your husband knows that you are off today, but you have already picked up a double shift somewhere. When he wants to talk, you ask him, do you know how much they pay the bills? Do you know how much they pay the bills? You better be quiet because I got to go to work. Maybe you have plans with your husband that you guys were going to visit this family. Maybe that just had a baby or their parents came from home. Let's visit them to show support, or they lost someone. Let's go sympathize. I mean, let's go there like family, like husband and wife. And then out of a sudden, you say, I'm going to work. I'm going to work. Where are you going? To work, of course. You know how that goes, right? They just see you putting on your scrub, eh? Doing your hair, mm, fixing yourself, to your back. My dear, where are you going? To work, of course. How can I ask where I'm going? Where do you think I'm going? We had to go visit this family today. You know how much they pay the bills in this house? You're gonna go visit that family by yourself because I am going to work. Well, is that the attitude? Let's see what's going on in the comment. But inside the home, no one knows what really goes on there. We cannot know for sure, even when you live in the house. Violence is never a solution. Yes, cops then that's right. In their homes, we don't know what is going. And then I'm also saying that cops then these cases, I'm not talking about there are some lazy men that are annoying. There are some lazy, annoying men. There are some men that do not want to, they just want to take advantage of their women. Those are not the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about those men. You have agreed together that you have more nurturing qualities to handle the nursing profession. They decide that you go there and do the nursing. When you get there, it's time for you to become arrogant to the same person you agreed with in the first to go and do nursing. You start telling him that maybe he's working in a storeroom, or he's pushing carts in Walmart, or he's an associate somewhere, or he's a taxi driver, or he's a truck driver. I don't even know what other profession they can be doing, or just generally he might even be having another profession that you are just simply making more money than him. It's not time to tear him down. Okay, so Luke's mama say it's a blessing, but sometimes just an attitude issue. Oh yes, when we women we hear that we have money, especially when it is $1 above the man's money. What's our attitude at home? What is the attitude at home? Uh-huh. Glory family says, I am really cautious about involving myself in marital matters. Yes, that's true. You have to be cautious about involving yourself in marital. It is true, Coops then, and this is what I am saying. I'm not saying that all the blame comes from the registered nurses, okay? But I'm talking about those situations that can have redemption. You know, there are some that are artificial problems. That's what I'm talking about. It's not generalized to everybody. There are some great registered nurse couples out there, my dear. I've seen them, I know them. I know great couples out there that are registered nurses. Some men are even stay home dads, and they are amazing. I have some that the men just are the ones, like Abby the Sugar said that some men feel it's so insecure not to send the woman. And then they are going through the hardship. If the woman then does, the man now becomes so insecure and everything, no matter how well the woman try to please the man is so insecure. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about those cases. I'm just talking about a case where if you examine and see that it's me, my attitude. We sometimes if you just change your perspective a little bit and try to see things from the man's own side, you see that when you make one, it's already a stress level to the man. Let's see what's going on there. Yes, some take advantage of women, so we can't really say that the cause of the problem is. Good morning, host. Hey, Coco Tellan, welcome, my dear. Welcome to the building. I appreciate you on this live stream. Shout out to Coco Tellan, guys. Welcome, Coco Tellan, to the live stream. Today we are talking about African registered nurse wahala in the United States. Being a registered nurse, is it a curse? We are open to the chat. We are examining those things, guys. Didi said, just like what Kufden said, you have to be careful when it comes to marital issues. Yes, because the reality, not the person who wear the shoe. The reality is the person who wears the shoe. That is true. The reality is the person who wears the shoe. But sometimes you know that when there is an issue between two people, for that issue to be resolved, you just need one mature person in that relationship. Sometimes if everybody thinks that they are point, somebody just has to humble and take the blame to fix the problem. If everybody is standing powerful, that situation will never be resolved. But I'm talking from the standpoint of the women, we can soften this situation. And I'm not denying the fact that sometimes people do go beyond their human, their human approach. The problem doesn't get solved. Try it. I'm not for those who tell the men that who pays the bill in this house. I make more money in this house. Please, if that is part of you, know that you are part of the problem. You keep reminding the man, no matter what, these are words that should never come out of your mouth. Never you tell a man that you make more money than him. Never you tell a man that you are the one paying bills in that house. Never you remind him. He knows. He is already insecure enough for you to just disempower him. But you are saying that as if you were present when the discussion took place. At times, we look at the end result of the issue, not the root cause. Do you know what the women went through when the man was? Okay, Coops, then I get you. I get your point. Okay, let's see what BB says. I will address that. The men can be abusive and some go as far as beating their wives. Coops then says, you have no clue what the men did to the women. And when she was not made, this is not a reason to be disrespectful, neither. It is a reason for violence. Then BB says, some men, when they bring women from Africa, they treat them like rags. I agree. Cops then say, but the little is kind. The title is kind of throwing me off. That comes off as stereotypical. Some needs to be included in the title. Like what? Some. Oh yeah. I get you. I get you. So I could say some African nurses wahala. That's right, my dear. That's right. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Now you brought my attention. Thank you so much, Kobe. You know I like you, right? I like you and the way you reason. Some needs to be included in the topic. Yeah, I'll include that when I'll finish the live stream. I'll edit that and I'll add some to the topic. It's not everybody, but like I said, I have disclaimed it already that it's not all. It's some, like you rightly say. Some men abuse. Today I don't want to go broad because if I just take the broad thing, maybe I just need to restructure my title because I'm talking about some and viewing from the part where a woman can ameliorate that part, that position. You see now, I'm talking from the point where a woman can ameliorate the relationship from her standpoint. Because if I have to generalize this, we cannot explore. It's a big topic. If you just take it big like that, there are so many parts. There are some lazy men, and that's a topic for another day. There are some abusive men. That's a topic for another day. There are some arrogant men. There are some, I don't know, like Bibi said, some men take girls from Africa, come here and start treating them like rags. Abi the Sugar said, some men come here, they do not want the women to go do nursing, they want to keep them in the house. That's not good because if that woman finds a way and do it, she's coming back for you. You see, so you cannot really jump in to tell. I am talking about the situation where you guys have a stable home. One day you become RN and there is a problem. Also look, woman, at how you speak. Also look at the words you use. Also look at your attitude. It's simple. If you really do these things and your problem and your home has a problem, no, go before God. Let's say if you really make that money, and you respect your husband, you are a registered nurse. Your schedule is not an issue. If your husband is not okay with your schedule, that you work too much, your husband knows that you work Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. That's the schedule that your family know. Any additional thing that you want to do, please make sure that you agree with your husband. Make sure that you agree with him. You already have a schedule. It's okay that once in a while I can pick extra, but inform him. He should not just see you dressing up and then when he asks, what's happening? Where are you going? And then you ask him, where do you think I am going? Where does it look like I'm going? Or to work, of course. When you do that, it starts setting improve. That's what I'm talking about. Or maybe if the man wants to tell you that, well, today I really thought that these children, or I had to do this, and then you tell him that I make the most money in this family, and I pay the bills, so you are good for nothing. Those are the kinds of things I am talking about today. The attitude of some of these registered nurses. It's not a general case. There are amazing registered nurses that we know out there. I know amazing couples. Yeah, Locke's mom said some men didn't do anything, but just the women. I'm talking to that percentage, Locke's mom. That really, when you go into their home, you see that it was a dynamic home when there was no registered nurse in the story. Some work too much and forget about home. That's when trouble start. There's smoke where there's there's no smoke, where there's no fire. Of course, when you work too much, when you start working too much, and then the money, the really that money that they say in nursing is when you work too much. If you really have your one job in registered nursing, I don't think that there's that too much money that people say. There's not that too much money that people say. Very few percentage of registered nurses make up to six figures or five. Sorry, make up to five, five figures. Make up to six figures. Yeah, very few percentage of them. They don't make that much money. It's when you start working to compete with others. You're working, your husband is not in agreement that you work. You start telling him that we need the money, we have to pay the bills, we need to buy a big house, and you are telling him you need, and it's not your agreement with him. The children are not cared for. You take the children and drop here, drop in people's houses. The children are all over people's houses. The parents are in daycare. After daycare, they're in people's houses. Tomorrow, they're in another person's house. Tomorrow, they're in another person's house. They are learning their education from various family and from daycare because you are making money. No. Or the children are just abandoned to the men. And the man is not okay that you should work, but you keep working. If you are working and it's the agreement between you and your husband, me, I raise my hand. I have no problem with that. Maybe he has decided to watch over the kids so that you work, or you decide to watch over the kids so that he works. It's your agreement. Agree on something before you do it. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You can just say, well, they have called me at this other agency that I should come help. What do you think? We are backwards in our bills this month. We have this project is pending. How about I just pick up and some extra money so that we can handle this problem? I don't think that the man will refuse. But if you just dress up and he sees you going and he didn't know, you didn't inform him, he will start accumulating. Bibi says that there is no fire without smoke. And then some of these Lux mom said the overtime gives the money. That's why they pick up all the shifts and trouble that start in the home. Those who do that have to stop. My dear, it's horrible here. It is horrible. Overtime, working. Sometimes you can even work for 3 days without seeing your spouse. You don't see them. You're entering, going. Your kids don't see you. Your kids don't see you. They are just surviving. They don't see you. They keep working to make this money, to buy a big house that dust will settle. I don't say that a big house is a bad thing. Big house is not a bad thing. But should you bleed blood before you buy a big house? Big car is not an issue. It's actually a blessing. That's what people are striving to make a better life, to get better resources. But if the point where you have to bleed your blood, you have to sacrifice your marriage, you have to sacrifice your children before you buy it, that's not good. You should not buy your home or your house at the expense of your marriage. You should not buy your house at the expense of your children. You should not ride a big car at the expense of your family, even at the expense of your own health. Sometimes you work, and then you end up with hypertension. And then you sit down and start treating it. Or stress. You are so stressed, you start getting depressed, and you start taking Zoloft, you start popping Zoloft, Xanax. You start taking depression medication. Is that worth it? It's not. Even your own health is at danger. You shouldn't be doing all those things at the expense of your family. You work overtime because you want to make big money. There are other ways of making big money without bleeding. When I say bleeding, I mean that without going out of the norm, physically, mentally, spiritually. And don't even talk about spiritual life anymore because they have no time to pray, they have no time to meditate, they have no time to fellowship. Going to church is not their thing. Either they're like, I came back from work and I was so tired, or I work on Sunday morning, or I need to work on Sunday morning. I pick up this shift on Sunday morning. You don't take the kids to church. You and your family don't fellowship together. There is the grace of God when you fellowship together with your family. Going to church on Sunday in America is luxury. I'm telling you, but going to church for Africans on Sunday is luxury. Not every family has that privilege. And then we make it worse when we put this money, 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 money thing in the mind. America is in such a way that every level, no matter what you work, no matter where you are, there is a standard of life for you. There is a standard of life for you. And if you need to prosper, if you need to go to grow, if you need to move further, it shouldn't be at the expense of your family. It shouldn't be at the expense of your home. It shouldn't be at the expense of your own life or your children. But what if they are lacking a lot, can't take care of the kids, and women want to work, and the man says no? Only God knows what is going on. Glory family. If the man start refusing that the woman shouldn't work, like they said, it is very, very it's a very, very slippery zone to enter. We cannot start entering into individual cases. Abby the sugar set. Some men don't want women to work too much because they are scared. That he knows that this woman can only handle one job. The moment she start making overtime and make that money, I will not keep her again in this household. That can be the case. The man is just insecure that she will make that money and come back on him, will not listen to him. That is why. But really saying that the kids, she can't take care of the kids in the United States, I will tell you that no. I will tell that no, it's not in the United States. That kids will always be taken care of in the United States. They will have free insurance. Okay. The kids have free. Why would the woman be working to take care of this? They'll give kids free insurance. They'll give kids food, link cards. Okay. That before you work money to complement that insurance and that link card, oh my God, you need to make big money. So if they can give your kids, I'm not saying that I'm promoting laziness, okay? But then if there is, you can work, if you are working one job, America knows that there is family. You can work your one job, your husband work one job. And if people cannot make more income, the government will give food to the kids and give them insurance. That's how it is here. So I don't see that you can break a home because kids, and they go to school free. If you cannot make the money, they go to school free. All you need to do to them is to get up in the morning, give them a bath, dress them up, and feed them with the food that the government gave you. But then if God blesses you and you make more, that's fine. That you can afford your good insurance, that's not the government insurance, or that you can afford a good meal for your kids, that's not the government meal, that's fine, that's a blessing. But you should not bleed before you do that. Hello, Sister Esther. Coco Telan, welcome again. Sister Esther, welcome to the building. Thank you, my dear sister. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you coming here. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much. Today we are talking about the topic. I'm adding some now because Cop brought that to my attention and I agree with her. Some African nurses, registered nurses wahala in the United States. Sister Esther, we are talking about this topic because a lot of assumptions and a lot of things are happening with the African registered nurses in the United States. Yes, and then we have had situations where men have killed their registered nurse wife because they make more money and challenge them. They kill them and kill themselves. Glory Family Love has testified. Other people have testified. I've even been to a funeral here because of money, 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 money. I don't know if it's money. I don't know if it's what the other contentious thing. And as we say, it is very critical to address marital problems. I'm just coming from the aspect where we can help, right? There is an attitude, what attitude you can put on to even avoid those problems. If you already know that you make more money than your husband, know that that man is already insecure. And that insecurity can only be removed by the woman. What you tell, if the man is already insecure and you are telling him that you make more money, I make more money than you are just destroying that man's power. You keep reminding him, I pay the bills in this house. He cannot say anything to you. You pick up shifts without letting him know. When he wants to ask you, where are you going? To work, of course. Where do you think I am going? The man just feels disempowered, disarmed. That's what we're talking about today. There's an attitude that we can adopt if the registered nurses are making more money than the husbands. I was in a discussion. One man who was a victim was telling his story. You see how a woman who is a registered nurse, when she became registered nurse, she was so arrogant to the man. I mean, there are a lot of factors that come in. Become so arrogant, file for divorce, decided they sell the home, short sale the home at a price that is lower than what they bought it for, and then the man goes homeless and she moves on with her career and she takes the kids. It's so devastating. A lot of men, they come back, they kill you and they kill themselves. They kill Africans, have been killing the wives and killing themselves. And when you look at this, divorce is always involved. And they see how far you guys have come together just to come and break up. And when they break up like that, family support is no more there. That joint effort is not there. And you move on, you are an RN, saying how you can take care of yourself, and the man is there, a loser. You take the kids and take everything, and he is the loser. And he still has to, it looks like he still has to pay child support. So what ends up? Him, he brings a gun. We are saying this, I'm not saying this to the lazy men or to the abusive husbands, no, but I'm saying that as nurses, as registered nurses in the United States, there is already an attitude that we can take to de-escalate this phenomenon. When you bring more money back home, when you feel empowered, are you empowered to destroy your own home? Are you empowered to destroy your own man? Are you empowered to destroy the life of your kids? When you feel empowered, when you bring home that paycheck, when you have that license, sisters, I'm concerned about this nurses wahala. We have other professions that make more money than the nurses. Abi, tell us about it. Didn't I just say here that? Didn't I just say here that even the money that is said that they make in registered nurse is illusion? To make that money, you have to work those many jobs and sacrifice your family. We make that money from working 3 jobs, working here. You are not present in the house. You are working to make that money. Working. We're always working to develop hypertension, in your husband, working to stress your children, working to even stress your spiritual life, because we even said that when you work that way, you don't have any time to meditate. You don't have any time to come before God. You even don't have time to go to church on Sunday. It's either you came back from work and you slept over, instead you could not worship. Either you are working Sunday morning. There is no time for you to gather your family and go before God. There is no life. You don't even have time to sit with your kids and your husband around in your dining table and have a decent meal. There's even no time to take your children to the playground. You even don't have time to go for your children's teachers' conferences. It's a scenario because Esther, I heard men were talking about it, and I decided to come here. That's the profession. And other women, beside Esther, I know a lot of successful women. I'm saying this because it's rampant with registered nurses, and I've even been where a registered nurse is bragging how she makes more money than her husband. I'm the one who pays the bill. I mean, do you need to be ranting that in public? The Bible is telling us here that her husband is known in the gates when he's seated among elders. It's because they know your husband value when you give him value. If you get in public, you start disrespecting your husband, how you pay the bills, you start disrespecting your husband. You men, I know of women who are doctors, directors in universities. My dear, their couple is an inspiration to me. She's not a registered nurse. She's a doctor, a PhD holder. She's a director in a university, an African. Her couple is an inspiration to me. I have friends who are doctors in the medical field, okay? Their couples are inspiration to me. But my fellow nurses, fellow nurses. Hey, I even wonder the money, where the money is. I'm like, what is it the same job that we all know, or is another thing? Or is it the same money that we all know is another thing? You see a nurse, when a nurse sits somewhere, they don't want people to read. I'm a registered nurse. They start ranting. I make more money than my husband. Who needs to know that? You are supposed to empower your husband. Or you sit and you start telling your husband, I want to buy my house. Just imagine you have a man, that you are married to, and you are telling that man that you want to buy your house. You are disempowering that man. You are disempowering that man. I want to buy my this. I want to start my business. I want to invest in this. And you are ranting about how you have to invest in stocks. And the man is sitting there looking at you. Well, good for her. She's investing in her stocks. You are building the kind of man you have. Very soon you will be the one saying that he's good for nothing because you are not involving him in the empowerment. Women are the one who empower the men. The Bible says that the virtuous woman opened her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. Dear, please, let's talk in our homes with the law of kindness. There are things that we should never tell these men. Never use them. You always come home late. You always uh, or you say you never do this. You never do that. You never this. Oh, I pay the bills. I pay the bills. I need you to start doing this. I need you to start. He's not your child. Or you tell him that he's good for nothing. You already have a better job than him. You still need to press and finish killer. Your profession should matter when you are in your professional environment. But when you are in your home, follow the marriage guides. Man, my sister, sound that louder, right? Sound that louder. Yeah, yes, that profession ends at work. That profession ends at work. And registered nurses at work, you are even nothing because they are there, they are doctors, specialists, all kinds. You are even just sorry, be people. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Why are nurses being killed? Host, you are correct. It's terrible. Is that the poverty mentality, my sister? Lux mom is asking if that's a poverty mentality. I don't know what exactly she's talking about. I agree, Lux mom TV, poverty mentality. Maybe poverty mentality that as soon as a woman get money, she start crazy, she goes crazy. She cannot handle it. That's why the men will say that don't go do nursing because they are just they already are having the fear of the unknown. They don't know why you are coming back. They don't know how you are coming back on them. They don't know that you go and bring that nursing as a blessing or you go and bring that nurse home as a curse. The men should not be scared of their women. A man should be proud to sit somewhere and say, my wife is a registered nurse and I'm happy about it. I'm so proud of my wife. She made it. Can your man sit somewhere and be proud that you're a registered nurse? That he's so proud of you. Hello, Abest, Annie Best for Jesus. Welcome, my dear. Welcome to the building. Welcome to the building, my dear. You are new here. I think this is my first time to see you. Annie Best, welcome to the building. You are so welcome. We have amazing people in the building. Every person in this building today is a genuine person. So if you don't have anybody, grab them. And if you don't have me, grab me as well, and I'll get back to you for sure. Okay. And today we are talking about some African registered nurse wahala in the United States because that a killing has been going on where husbands are killing wives, and that when wives come here, they go bring these women from Africa. When they come here, they become registered nurses. They become so arrogant. They make more money, and they jeopardize their family dynamics. They jeopardize their marriage. They jeopardize their lives. They jeopardize a lot of things. And some couples even end up in divorce. And some men can't handle the divorce, and they go out with a gun, kill the woman, and kill themselves. That's why we are coming. It's not everybody, and it's not everybody, it's not a general situation, but a percentage of our community has this epidemic. I don't know if it's an epidemic or I don't know how to say it. They have this phenomenon, and that's why we are talking that sisters, we can do something to de-escalate the situation. situation to lower the rate, to lower the occurrence, okay? We can do something to lower the occurrence. We are seeing that there are certain things that you shouldn't be telling a man. When a woman makes more money than man, the man is already insecure enough. The man is already insecure enough for you to add the insecurity. If you are making more money, registered nurses, if you are making more money, if you think you are making more money than your husband, it should never slip out of your mouth. It should never come out of it. He knows that you are making more money than him. Put it in your mind that I will never tell this man that I'm making more money than him. Never. Never. Even with other professions, right? Only saying nursing. If why do nurses not get it? If you are a nurse, you think you make more money than your husband. Never you tell him that he knows. The moment you release that out of your mouth, know that you are spray poison. I make more money, I pay the bills. Who paid this house? Let me ask you the question. Who pays the bill? Who buys the food? Who pays the daycare? Eh? Who took care of your mother when they were sick? Who took care of your mother when they were sick? You start reminding him of your achievement, of what you've done, all what you've done, all what you've done. That's uncalled for. You don't need that. That's uncalled for. So there's something that we can do about it. There's something that we can do about it. We can de-escalate the situation. And we can praise these men. If you bring the money home and you think that your husband is a taxi man, your husband is pushing carts in Walmart, your husband is, but you married him. That's who he was when you married him. Yes, Glory Family Love, we are still on the same topic, my dear sister. I say, if you think that you bring more money home, there is a way to address it. You need to acknowledge the man's own income. I don't care if that income is just 1% of your income. You need to acknowledge it. Even if your income is the income that takes care of the daily life things in the house. Maybe you pay the bills, buy the food, pay the insurance, pay the mortgage or pay the rentage, and the man brings only 1% of your income. Make sure that his income does something very significant. When you put the money together, say, okay, dear, we can use this to do this, and this your own. How about we save it towards our next house? I mean, that one, let's just keep that one, is going towards our next house. Okay? You empower him, make sure that he knows that he has an impact in your family life. If you just despise it and think that he's nothing, you are you are creating a disaster that will bounce back and will hear headlines. But I also think it's a two-way street. There are men who do and say this to women too, and some women do this as well, revenge. And Scoops, then, thank you for that point, my dear. It's karma, right? Some men are first empowered. Maybe you are the one who work and the woman is not working. And all what you told the woman when she was not working, she repeats those same thing back to you, and you cannot handle it. And as I say again, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about an ideal situation where the family was stable. The family was stable. And the woman stepped up and was not able to handle it. A lot of revenge is going on. Even in this situation, you are saying that cooks them. Eh? Even in this situation, they can sit down and have a conversation and have a reconciliation session and start afresh and start respecting each other. If the man can acknowledge, in this case, I mean, if I have to approach that case that you are approaching, which is not like what we are really talking about today, because it's broad, we have to approach all the aspects. We will not leave this place today. Even in this situation, if the two people can come in and the man really acknowledges, my dear, I actually realize I've come to apologize to you because I see that I did not treat you good. I did not treat you right when I was bringing more money, and I'm expecting you to do better than I did. In fact, I'm really sorry, my dear. I cannot blame you. I am sorry. I'm not saying that you should play blame game. Don't say that you two are doing it. No, just focus on yourself so that you recognize, you are aware that now you realize what you did to her was so wrong, and you have come to apologize to forgive you for all what you did when she was not working. Now you realize how painful that is. That woman as well will apologize. And then you guys can even say, okay, can we let's start this from the beginning and really see what damage I actually caused. You just made me to realize something. If the man can humble like that, and then the two of them have a reconciliation session, life can start all over for them. Because if it's karma, that woman needs it. That woman needs to address that issue, because she's just responding to something that she has accumulated in her heart. And even the women who think that are making more money today, tomorrow the story can change, Abi. You can fall sick and you will not work anymore. You can even lose your license and you will not work anymore. You can even lose your job and that man will be the man. What will you expect him to do? You can even lose, a lot of things can happen. The man can even gain a contract that skyrockets him. Will you be able to stand and jubilate with him and enjoy that skip with him? Will you be able to proudly sit there and be happy for your husband because or you will start being jealous or you start being insecure? It's not because you are making that thing today. I was the one paying me. That's what. Oh my God. What am I even trying to say here? Abby the sugar say, Amy sis, I have been under the table since. How are you? Sister Abby has been here since she started waiting from the other live stream. She and Copes then they were waiting the other live stream. Guess what I did to them? I apologize. I left them there and came here and started a new live stream. Sorry guys, I feel bad. This technology thing I'm still learning. Oh. I didn't mean to do that to you people. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we are talking about. Copes then the point you brought up, I that's true. Because sometimes these things happen like this because the way the men were treating the women when they were the ones bringing the income home or making the higher proportion of money, how they treated the women like racks, like Bibi said before. And then when the women get empowered, they come back to them to complete the karma circle. They start using back those same words at them. And at the same time, there are situations where the man did not do anything to the woman. The man just wanted to see his woman empowered. When the woman gets empowered, she forgets about the man. She thinks that that man doesn't deserve her anymore. And she's so in a haste to fight for divorce. Yeah, she's so in a haste. Sometimes the women even do that. They're looking for ground. You know that you cannot just walk into court and fight for divorce for nothing just because you want when there is no problem. You have to bring evidence to prove. So she's looking for evidence. She's looking for data to collect. So that she knows that when she tells you that you are good for nothing, man, I bring the bills in this. And it's true, you bring the bills. You know that when you tell him that, he will get back on you. He can even slap you. I will say, oh my bills, oh my God, he slapped me. And all you do is he slap me. You don't say what you told him before he slapped you. You don't say what he did, he slapped me. And then because he cannot stand you in the house, he starts going out and coming back late. He wants to come home when you are not there. He wants to come when you have gone. He wants to come when you are asleep. And then he starts saying, you never come home early. You are never in home. You are not good for nothing, daddy. Your children, this, you are not there for the kids. The kids have been here. Were you there? You are the one causing a hostile environment in the house. Thank you, Mr. Cobbs, and I'm glad we are on the same page. Thank you, Esther, for the thumbs up. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it, my dear. So there is a way, there is actually a way to address this, guys. We are already seeing that there are certain things that we shouldn't be saying, right? Certain words that we shouldn't be using. Never use the word I make more money than you. They know that. Never use the word I pay the bills in this house. Who I bought this house. I I did this. I did. Don't recount what you did. Don't do it. But when you don't do that, the man knows, and he's like, "Wow, this woman did all this, and she's quiet. She doesn't even mention it." In his head, he will know. We all have conscience. Even sometimes when we pretend not to say things, we know. That is a silent way of bringing the man's attention to what you do by not saying it. If you make more money and you never tell your husband, it is ringing a loud bell in his mind. It is, he knows that you're this woman, even the argument heated up, heated up, heated up. She never mentioned her financial status. Wow. I thought that she was just gonna roast me. She did not mention it. That man will come back. You said that this woman did not mention it. He will come back. He will come back. Annie Best for Jesus says, Lux Mom TV. Yes, like I said, Annie Best, grab everyone here is a genuine person in this building. Grab them, okay? Yeah. You come back. When you are quiet, it instead speaks louder than when you talk. When you talk, it provokes. They don't listen to it, provokes the eardrums. Me either. I don't like to hear women telling me that they make more money than their husband. I don't like that. I don't like it. And but I instead admire couples who say nothing, but I know that they are better off than their husband. I just admire them. I just have this admiration for them. But if you see someone, you think that nobody noticed you. We are seeing you. We are noticing you. You don't need to tell us. We know, but we know the talk. Abi, we sabi, but we know the talk. Not all things that we know that we say, right? We know that you are making more money than your husband, but we are not saying it. We know. You don't tell us. Don't tell me because I already know. It's not a good thing to say. It doesn't even sound good. Not a good verb to be conjugating. I make more money. I know some women in this country who are not in their marriage all because of job and money. It is well. Thank you, Abi the Sugar. So I'm not speaking out of space. Thank you. Abi the Sugar is in US. Yeah. Abi the Sugar is in US. And she's one of those big gun ladies. Abi the Sugar. Esther Corner, what's that they are the big gun ladies, but you never hear them. You never hear them. You never hear them. We should not empower ourselves to destroy our home. We should empower ourselves to build. We should empower to build. The money self come and goes. We know they take and go heaven. Where glory family? Say that again, my sister. Why should money define who we are? Why should money define us? Right? Why should money define who we are? Why? Why should money define who we are? Why should money define who we are? Define our home. It doesn't even matter where the money comes from. It doesn't matter where the money comes from. If the money comes from the man or from the woman, it's for the family. It's to build a family. It doesn't really matter where this money comes from. The same way you are staying home, it could be me. So whether the money is coming from you, it's coming to solve the same problem. It's coming to pay the same bills. It's coming to feed the same children. It's coming to buy the same clothes. It's coming to buy the same car. So it's not an issue, dear. So it's not an issue. So why should where the money come? All we need is money. And here is the money. Because this money is the same money that will treat mama when she is sick. The same money that will buy food. So why does it even matter where it comes from? It is our money. And we should know that when we are going for marriage, we are going for submission. And we are submitting with that money. If you are a registered nurse and you are not married and you don't want to submit your license to your marriage, don't marry. Don't marry. Hey, Oskilo Vlogs, welcome. I'm glad you are here. Welcome so much, my bro. Welcome everyone. Welcome Oskilo, everyone. He's here. Today we are talking. We have a man in the building now. Today we are talking about some. Because then I'm trying to stay in track, right? We are talking about some African registered nurses wahala in the United States. Bibi, you need money, oh. God help us. Bibi, you need money, and that money needs to be for your home, right? Do you need money to damage your husband with it, or you need money to destroy your home? Which money do you need, Bibi? Which money do you need, Bibi? Need money to destroy your home or money to damage your home? To destroy your man? Yeah, we need money. Whether the money come from where, whether it is from, if God has permitted that we both go out and then yours come back big, hey, it should be for your celebration. We got it. This is it. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you got it. And even the men should be ready to accept that the women can make more money. Oh, hey, Sister Cobbs, then what can you be thanking me for that? I'm the one thanking you. I'm the one thanking you. Okay, thank you so much, my dear sister, for your loyalty. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are very loyal. You guys have been so supportive. I mean, I'm so glad to. I don't take this for granted at all. And my heart is melting. My heart is melt. I don't know how I can give this back to you guys. I always feel like, oh my God, I cannot even pay them back. You know what I mean? But God bless you. I'm praying for you all. That's all I can say. No matter how much I try, I don't see that I can pay you guys back. No, I cannot. DB, you guys know yourself. And BB, Cops Den, you guys all here, you know yourselves. I cannot pay you guys back. So, BB is asking if Cops Den don't need money. Cops Den, an iron lady, no play with her. Cops Den, an iron lady, no play with her. Okay? Cops Den is iron lady. Cops Den say BB. That one na question. We need a boko boko. Boku boku. We need boku money, okay? We need boku money, but we don't need it to destroy our homes. We don't need money to destroy our homes. We need money to build. To build. When the money comes in, when that money comes in, when you are excelling and your husband is excelling in getting more money than your husband, it is for your good, or that money is buying your home. You cannot be telling your husband that you're buying your house and then he will come and be living. He will come and thank you, Sister Glory, for still listening. I appreciate you, my dear sister. Thank you so much. You know yourself. Thank you guys so much. I cannot thank you enough. You're bringing that money to be yourself. You cannot be telling your husband that you want to buy your house and he will be living in the house. This is what I always say. If you like, call it your house or call it my house. It is still the same. He will stay inside. So to be on the safe side, just call him our house one time. Maybe problem come out. Just say, let us buy our house. It's just the way to say it. If you say, let us buy our house, my dear, the man, the man will feel more empowered. It's the same thing happening, but just a different way of putting it. It is still your house that you bought with your money, but you used your mouth to empower the man. You say, let us buy our house. Even give him the money to be the one doing the transaction. He should be the one carrying the money. Guess what? He's not carrying that money to man in his pocket. He'll carry the money to go and give the bank. Oh. But since he's the one carrying the money, come see how he'll be glad. You just saved a marriage. Just simple. It's not hard. You just saved a marriage. But if you hold it, you go to the bank without telling him, you come back and say, I just bought my house, so we are moving out tomorrow. And then you are hyperventilating. Girl, you just know what you did. You have a house, but you don't have a home. Hello, baby. Hello, sis. Hi, Glory. Hey, Esther. Yes, still greeting them again. Okay. All right. Let me see. Hey, Karen Favor. Welcome, my dear. Welcome, my dear sister. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you in the building, my dear. Today we are talking about some registered nurses wahala in the United States because we cannot even address all. Okay. We're talking about some registered nurses wahala. Sister Esther will sit and just greet everybody again. I thought she already greeted, or maybe I'm forgetting. I don't know. Okay, some registered nurses wahala in the USA. And I'm talking mostly to our sisters who are registered nurses. They think registered nurses make a lot of money. Do they really make a lot of money? Question. In the chat, they have brought up that there are some professions that make way more money than registered nurses. And for registered nurses to make a lot of money, they need to work so many jobs, more than one job. And when they work more than one job, they sacrifice their family, they sacrifice their marriages, they sacrifice their kids because they're never at home. They abandon their husbands. Their husbands are just figureheads. And when they bring the big paycheck home, what is their attitude? When they bring the big paycheck home, they feel empowered. And when they feel empowered, they are not empowered to build. They are empowered to destroy. They destroy the man. They destroy the home. They destroy the children. They destroy their spiritual lives. They destroy their own health. That's how you hear them telling the man, I pay the bills in this house. Uh-huh. When it's time for them to go to work, when they pick up an extra shift, especially when there is bonus, you know that You know, when they say they send you a text in your phone, that hot bonus, they say $200. If you pick up this ship, extra $200 from your pay. When you pick up this, you don't even tell your husband again. You just dress up, they don't see you in scrub, just see you fixing up. And husband is like, what's happening? Where are you going? To work, of course. Now you are going to work, of course, when we were planning that we are going to visit the Takams. You visit them by yourself because I'm going to work. I pay the bills in this house. I bought this house. I pay the bills. Even your car, I'm the one paying for it. And and you go, girl. We are not empowered to destroy. We are empowered to build. If you receive that text, you can say, "Hey, honey, look at this text. Just look at this text. This is temptation." If you then you are listening to what he will say, you look at it. Wow, idea. This is a big deal. You say, "You think so? Do you think I could go?" He says, "Yes." You just saved a home. You just saved a home. It's the same thing, but it's just the way you go around it. Why you read that text, you just run to the closet and start dressing up. You can read the text, just say, "Honey, look at this." Just read it, read it. Then you are looking at him, he's read. And then he goes, "This is a big deal. Oh, wow, really? Wow. So you're going, right?" You say, "Do you think I should go?" He said, "Sure, you want to miss this?" My dear, you have saved a marriage. I don't know how loud I can say this. But if he just sees you going, he will not even know. Sometimes you don't even want to tell him that you have bonus. Oh, yes. Karin says, "I'm spilling the tea." Yes, we need to spill the tea because people are dying. No, brothers are killing the sisters and killing themselves. Uncles are killing the aunties and killing themselves. That's why I said I should bring this in. We can, one person at least can learn something from this one. It will be better. Uncles are killing aunties and killing themselves because of money. It's the same money, but it's just the way of administration. The same money, but just the way of administration. Yeah, just the way of administration. Yeah. And we were also saying that never you tell a man that you make more money than him. That's just a big disaster for destruction. Big disaster for destruction. When you start telling a man that you make more money than him. Yeah, Karin says just the truth. Yes, Karin. If you read the chat up, in fact, people have been saying a lot of things. I mean, even testimonies about which even testimonies about people having issues, homes breaking off, men not wanting their wives to do nursing because they are insecure. Should uncles really feel insecure that our aunties are going to do nursing? Sometimes men are not even that bad. You just need a little bit of change of perspective. When you hold so much to your person, you already have in your mind that my husband doesn't want me to make more money. My husband, he's insecure. Is that insecurity that you are the only one that can alleviate it, and it destroy the home. Yeah. Glory, family love said she stayed more than she expected because of this topic. Keep it up, sister. Sister Glory, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you. I appreciate you for coming today. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything, my dear sister. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Have a nice day, okay? Yeah, thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for participating in the chat. I really appreciate it. Okay, dear. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's the topic that we are talking about today. Yeah, some people even tell their husband, "I feel like I'm your mother." If only people knew what you were really like. You don't make enough money. How many times do I have to tell you this? That's not the right way to do things. I don't need you. I will never be able to trust you. Guys, those words, when you say them to the men, you just destroy them. You just destroy them, okay? You just destroy them. Just destroy them. Please, we should not be saying those things. You know that when your personality, no matter how attractive you are, when your personality changes, it changes your attractiveness. It changes your attractiveness. You start begin to wonder why when you wear a beautiful dress, your husband doesn't notice. When you think you look so cute, he doesn't because your personality has changed. Your attitude has changed and your attractiveness has decreased. No matter how shining you are, that's when the heart beauty starts showing and the heart attractiveness starts popping out. Let me see what else I wrote here. Okay. I mean, that's it. So, registered nurses, if we are having to round this up, our registered nurses, please, sisters, we can do better. We can do better. We are empowered to build, right? We are empowered to build, not empowered to destroy. The Bible says that favor, many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. Favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised. Give her of the fruits of her hand, and let her own works praise, and let her own work praise her in the gates. Let other people praise you, not you yourself. When you try to praise yourself by yourself, it doesn't even work that way. Stop running around and praising yourself. Say, I'm legitimate, I pay bills, I did, I've done this, I've done that. When you keep quiet, people notice you the right way, okay? You keep quiet, people notice you the right way. We shouldn't be tearing down these men. We shouldn't be tearing them down because we are registered. Hey, someone is in the building. Kukuli. Woo, Kukuli, welcome. Welcome, Kukuli. I see in the building. Sorry, I didn't welcome you. Sorry. Welcome, my dear. Welcome. We are so happy to have you in the chat. Some African nurses, wahala in the United States. Kukuli says, even here in the UK, oh, some even fight because of benefit money. Money. We even see that it's not only registered nurse wahala, it's money wahala. If you can even put it the right way, it's money wahala. Some people fight because of benefit money. They don't sorry when I say they come give benefit. When I start fight again, I fight. Oh, money should not be an issue. Money is a blessing. Money is something to enhance, to give us more resources to expand. Okay, it's not something to fight. Wherever the money is coming, now when you're fighting with the money, is it to divide it for all? You're fighting to do what with the money? Why do you want to take your own money and do it? Or you want to take your own money and buy your own house and live in your own house? Unless you have plans. Unless you have plans that you can fight with your own money and do your own thing and buy your own car and drive it alone. Because if you are buying a car, you will not go, you cannot go to you cannot go to church driving your car alone. You carry your husband, right? So it better be your car before it's too late. It better be all of your car, you all's car, before it's too late. So if you find the money, buy the car and carry him, what's the point fighting? Just go buy the car without fighting now. Just go buy the car without fighting. Yeah. I even heard that some even tell you, do you know that how many people I manage at work? Even if you are managing 1,000 people, 1 million people at work, it's different from managing your husband in the house. Those are two different settings. Two different settings. Managing people at work is different from managing your family. When you're home, you're a family person. You need to change that jacket immediately. Sometimes I know of somebody who said that. I know of somebody who told the husband that, you know, this thing that I'm making more money like this, uh, I don't think it should be an issue for us because it doesn't matter where the money come from. All is that we should get money. Whether it's coming from you or it's coming from the other person, is coming to solve the same problem. So it is our money, irrespective of when it comes from. It can be it can be me today, it can be you tomorrow. It doesn't matter where the money come from. It can be the wife today, it can be the husband tomorrow. It doesn't matter where the money come from. Make yourself a comfortable environment where you thrive in any situation. Status change here, status change there. All of you will be happy and comfortable to see and be confident to look at each other in the eye. Don't make yourself to feel guilty when the other person starts to excel because you maltreated them. Now you start feeling like, hey, I shouldn't have been saying this thing. Yeah, I cannot even ask him something because they start playing funny, acting funny. They are noticing. They're noticing you. Don't let's not do something that will come back at us. Let's not do something that will come back at us. And the fear of God is everything. Registered nurses. So if you have your if that money, they say that registered nurses make big money. No matter how much you make as a registered nurse, no matter how much you make as a registered nurse, submit it. Be submissive. It is coming to help you both. It doesn't matter where the money came from. Part of the problem I also think is that most people go into marriage unprepared. Proper marriage counseling needs to be done before marriage. Also after helps. I personally do not recommend church one because the church marriage counseling are most times not done by professionals. Okay. Yeah. Sister Coops then is saying that the proper thing is because people go to marriages unprepared. Sister Coops then, that point that you are touching like that is a very critical point that we cannot over. I remember, if you remember the last live stream that we had here, we were talking about a complete single. If you are a single and you are like a woman and if you feel empowered, you need to know that when you agree to marry somebody, let me say somebody's child, because I don't know how they look at another person. The same as you feel that someone should come and take care of you. The same as that other person's child too is feeling that someone should come and take care of them. If you agree to marry somebody's child, know that you are bringing your completeness to complete them. If you, and the Bible says that you are going to submit. Trust me, submission is not. I'm not. People are defining submission in a very wrong way. They are defining submission like bondage in a situation where a woman is abused, intimidated, has no say, has no contribution. That's not submission. Submission is a voluntary and willful act that a woman does in her home to her husband as a sign that she fears God. And submission has never been something that a man claims from a woman. Even the Bible has spelled out clearly and has addressed to women directly, women, submit to your husbands. It talks directly to women, which means that it says, Mary, submit to your husband. Joyce, submit to your husband. Quinta, submit to they did not tell the man to come and be telling the woman that the Bible said that you should submit to me. That's not it. That's you defeat the purpose of that submission. You don't spoil them. But the woman willfully submits to the man by herself. It means that she works her money. She brings it home by herself without you saying that bring that salary here. No, or bring that paycheck here. No. She willfully brings it and says, honey, hey, I got something for us here. Well, let's check it out. Deliberate, willful submission. And the man acknowledges and enjoys it. It is never abused like intimidation. Bring that paycheck here. I need to have all your money because the Bible said I should submit to me. That is not the Bible, what the Bible said. It is out of biblical context because people that are making people to see the Bible as a monster or to see this verse of the Bible as being bad. No, that is not. It's a deliberate thing that you surrender it because of the love of God in you. And they say, men, love your wife. Do women don't have to say, love me? No, you don't have to do that. The love has to come by itself. Sweetheart, I love you. Huh? You do? Right? But if you, the moment you start telling a man, love me, you have to love, that's awkward. It comes deliberately, and your submission too comes deliberately. Just your submission comes deliberately. They text you at work. You have $200 bonus for picking up this extra shift. Deliberate submission means, hey, honey, see what they are saying at work. You see that? And your husband is deliberate, it's easy, it's loving. Wow, that's a big deal. Wow, so you're going to work now. I say, do you think so? He says, yes. I said, thank you. I'll go. I'll go for us. Let me go grab that $200 for us. That's deliberate submission. Was it so hard? Did somebody intimidate or beat somebody there? Did anybody receive a slap? That's biblical submission. It means that you involve your husband in everything that you do, in your career, in your life. He is part of you. He has a say, and it's not an abusive say that he has in you. It's love, and if he say anything to you with love, you are going to enjoy it. Yeah, Coach then said that the church should not do counseling because church counseling usually is not done by professional. It's because they have all these stereotype thing that they say that wife submit, the scare women submit to your husband. And then you see like the husband say, "Come here, sit here, stand, give me, take it." They just order you. That's the kind of scary presentation that they present to to the woman, and they are scared of the submission. Then you see a woman when she start making her money, she's already scared that somebody will seize my money. And they start saying, "I make my money, I'm going to buy my house, so I'm going to buy my car." Then they make women to be scared and insecure. Yeah, thank you, Cops. Then he said exactly. That's it. Submission is beautiful. If you see any beautiful couple, eh, don't there is submission going on. Don't tell me that any beautiful couple. When I see Cops, then I know that she is very submissive. You cannot see two beautiful couples that somebody is not, that the wife is not submissive. It will not work. It's just that people think that submissive is that you should wrap yourself up and be moving like this. When they say check, you run. When they say check, you kneel down, you stand up. You don't have any say. You work your money and they seize it. That's abuse. That's not submission. Christian professionals that are good option. Thank you, my dear sister. Even Christians who are not professionals, who even understand the concept of God, who have the Holy Spirit, understand the concept of God. Not everybody understand the concept. Even Christians understand the concept of God. For me to understand it, I never got counseling. I learned it from the Word of God, and it's beautiful. To submit to your husband is full of love. You deliberately do it. Submit to your husband, but like for me, I know that submit to my husband means that if I'm in the house, I take pride in housework. The day I'm in the house, I take pride in my wife duty. I will cook, when they come back, it's submission. Where I have food for you. Nobody forced me. They didn't tell me that before I come back to that house today, my food should be ready. Nobody told me that. I deliberately did it. And when they come to, they appreciate it. They thank you. Oh, you feel empowered. Submission just took place without anybody being abused. Submission comes out of the heart, my sister, of how your husband treats and respects you. It comes naturally when you submit. That love flow. That's what I'm talking about. If you even see that, my point today was even that when you submit, that love flow. You know what I mean? When we like, I was even bringing it with this point of these RNs. When the RNs submit, you submit your license, you submit your paycheck, you submit your schedule. Eh? That love will flow. That support will come. And you guys will even have more money without you. You feel like you have more money without you working three jobs. Glory family love, she left, but she said that what money you work the money and you pay taxes. Thank you. Glory family, I even did not bring that part. When you work all that money, right? It happened to me. Abi. I work. I was just sitting like this and contemplating paycheck. When I contemplate, I take a deep breath. Hey, guys, when I went to take my paycheck, I had $36. I had 36. I had double. I worked on a holiday, double. It was not even my day to work. I picked up on that holiday, worked that holiday, double the shift. You know that in America, when they're working holiday, some jobs give holiday pay. They give holiday pay, like they double your salary for that day. And then on top of that, there is holiday, I mean, holiday pay and then you are doubling a shift. My goodness. And when you're doubling a shift, there is an incentive. So I was like, who are don't crack come? And then that day I work, the people who were wise did not come to work. The work was stressful. Families were arrogant, were mad, upset. Phone calls were just stressful. And that's the day I asked myself, who sent me to work? Who sent me to work? Everything was wrong. And I at least consider I'll have my big paycheck. Guess what? When I went, that was the day I stopped that overtime wahala. I said that it's enough. This is the last time. If I'm on holidays, if I'm off, I am with my children. No big money. Because you pay it back to tax. You pay. If I had stayed home with my husband and my family, we would have had fun now. What would be the point I go work give government? If I were home, I would have had fun with my family. But I went and worked and gave the government the money. So until I went to the HR, they said that yes, you exceeded your tax bracket. They spoke me some financial stuff that I've not understood till today. But all I understood is that I did not get my money. All I got was $36, which I have never even had working there. Means that I paid tax and paid extra. Whatever thing they did there, I don't know. Sister Michelle says, Amen. Oh, say it loud, my dear. Thank you, my dear sister, for being here. Thank you so much. So that is it. Submission, Sister Cruz then says, submission comes out of the heart of how your husband and treats and respect you. It comes naturally. So the thing is that too, when you are an RN or when you think that you make more money, please keep in mind that your husband might be, which is not always the case. There's some men that are really educated and mature out there. Your husband might be insecure. So if you are already coming home, knowing that this might cause some insecurity in my home, come home from a low estate. Try to lift him higher. Try to lift the man higher. My dear, this life you can never tell. You are up today. You don't know what that man will become tomorrow. You don't know. God is amazing. He can turn things around in no time. So if you are feeling successful today, know that the bill of success, they pay it every morning. Oh. You pay the bill of your success every morning. It's not guaranteed that you'll be like that for the rest. You don't know it. So just act with kindness. That is that the virtuous woman has words of kindness. Just act with kindness because your husband can change against you. Come with submission so that you will know that the day that even him is up, this woman was submitted. And that's the way we see it. That's the way it should be done. And it's natural. Please don't be scared of submission. Just try it a little bit. If you are an RN and you are feeling insecure about your husband, submit a little bit. Submit a little bit. Bring it low. Ask him about your schedule. Ask him about your schedule. If they even ask you to pick up, ask him that, my dear, do you think, I really wanted to spend time with you at home today. And these people are asking me to pick up this shift. I don't know. I really do not want me to go to work today. And if he says that, no, you need to rest, obey it. Or if he said that, no, I think if you think that you can work, you feel that you can work, I'm fine by myself with the kids, then you go. You see that you run your schedule with your husband instead of just bypassing him and going there. That is not good. Bibi, what are you cooking? Bibi, what are you cooking? Yeah. You're cooking for your husband and your children? What are you cooking, my dear? So that is it, guys. That is it. That is what I had in mind today to share with us. The pay, no matter how much you make, is for your family. If you're married, it's for you, your spouse, and your children. It doesn't matter where the money comes from. Your schedule, you can run it with your husband without him being upset, without you creating chaos at home before going to work, or you leave home without greeting him and you go to work, come back and he's not home and you don't talk, you don't call him, all that thing like that. You can relax. Yeah. Thank you, Bibi. Say that this is very interesting. Thanks for today. I thank you to Bibi. And I'm already rounding up the stream. And again, also, let's keep in mind that work does not have to. Amy Tonya says that work should stay at work and family is family. When you come back home, take off the work jacket and leave at work and be a family person. Create a family environment and let your work not stick in your head to always remind them, I make the money, I make the money, I pay the bills, I'm the work, I'm the boss, I'm the this. No, that should not work like that. And even your spiritual life, if no matter how you work, keep in mind that you need to make time for God. You need to make time to reload yourself. You need to make time to listen to to inspiring messages. You need to make time to to go to church, to listen to the gospel, to train your children to love God. Take take your children. Bibi, we already rounding up. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate you for being here today. Take your family to church. Train your children to go to church, to love God. Teach them the way of make time home for Bible studies and pray. And even pray for yourself, pray for your job, and pray for your career with your husband. He will feel involved because I'm talking today to the sister. And like I said, it was not a general case, it was just an aspect of a certain percentage that could be fixed. Sometimes problems is not always because of the woman, sometimes it's also because of the man. But we're just talking today what a woman can do from her aspect to better up this situation. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thank you for being there today with us. Thank you. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you, all your comments, all your chats, all your inputs. Thank you so much. And we do this every Saturday. We bring out a topic and chat. The amazing ladies in the building, the men who came in, we thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate. And next Saturday is another day, Saturday at 8 a.m. for another topic. Okay. Thank you, everyone, and have a nice day. Tomorrow we have worship service at 9 o'clock a.m. Thank you so much, and bye.